Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, January 15th. I'm Michael Taylor and it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as you well know. Today is the day we celebrate the civil rights leader's birthday. He would have been 95 years old today. Probably his most famous speech is during the March on Washington and the I Have a Dream speech, and all the people know about that one. Today we are celebrating this day of remembrance with government buildings closed, schools are closed, the post office is closed, banks are closed, so it's a good holiday and a day of remembrance. For our show today, we want to tell you all about the fun we're going to have. We have Stuart Spencer in from Advanced Ear Care. Did you have any trouble over the holidays with group gatherings trying to hear things, whether your background noise problems with your hearing aid or just in general? Well, Stuart's going to have some answers for us, how we can maybe solve some of those issues. And then we're going to go for the triple word score with Gary Moss from the Scrabble Club. I'll get it out eventually. Get all those letters in the right words in the order. All right, let's take a look at our what we have going on in the community today with Stay Informed. And we want to tell you about some getting help with village tech tools. And if you have some issues with technology, some challenges there, well, we've got some helpful technology classes are available at the Bob Sillers PC Club Learning Center on the 3rd floor of the Community Center. There's going to be a class coming up this Wednesday, January 17th at 1 p.m., and it will cover the purpose and use of Laguna Woods Village tech tools, including Dwelling Live, Performing Art Club Ticket Portal, Resident Portal for orders, HOA assessments, and more, recreation applications. So all the stuff you guys want to do here in the village and things you need here, this is going to be going over that. So you can register at www.thepcclub.org. Hey, let's take a look outside. We've got a great day. It's a little chilly, a little cloudy, but pretty good as far as temperatures go in this winter season here in Southern California. We've got mid-60s for most of the week, and then Friday the clouds are going to move in, and it looks like we might have some rain in the forecast for this weekend. Stay tuned for that. We'll update you, but right now looks like we might have a pretty rainy weekend. So if you're going to get out, today's a great day since it's a day off anyway, so get out there and do whatever you need to get done this week before the rains hit this weekend. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. We have a beautiful little butterfly shooting through the image here towards a flower there. Thank you, Mark Rabinowitz, for sending that one in to us. Our sunrise was 6:55 this morning. Sunset is going to be 5:05. The days are getting a little bit longer, which I like. Sunset go way too early when it was at 4 o'clock. If you'd like to send us a picture of your great sunrise, sunset, pets, places, anywhere you've been on vacation, wherever it might be, you can send it to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Just make sure you include your name, where you took the photo, and please send it as a horizontal so it helps us fit it on the screen, and then we'll use it for sunrise and sunset. Okay, we've got some great meetings to tell you about on this Monday, and after that, we'll talk with Advanced Ear Care. Stay with us.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next. For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Like I mentioned before, we're having maybe some challenges over the holidays, hearing folks in crowds and at restaurants and those kinds of things, whether you wear hearing aid and the background noise confusion or just in general. Well, we might have some answers for you with Advanced Ear Care. I want to welcome Stuart Spencer back to the program. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Michael. Happy New Year.
Yeah, great to have you. Before we get to that, though, happy anniversary. We're talking about 40 years this coming year, right? You're celebrating 40 years here in the community.
That's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we are really excited. You know, we've been here a long time. You know, gosh, I remember, you know, way back when we started off, you know, a little bitty office that we purchased where now the Nordstrom Rack is. Used to be a little strip mall there. And when we bought the office, it was like half real estate and half hearing aid office. It was really odd, you know. So we moved out of there into the Willow Tree Shopping Center a few years later. That was like 86. And we've been right there ever since. And gosh, we're just really happy to be here supporting the community. We have thousands of patients, and you know, we just really appreciate them, and they're just really happy to serve them.
So July 1984 was when you guys moved
July
in there, right?
11th, that's
Wow,
right, 7/11.
Yeah, wow. I think it was a summer, and I was going into my junior year of high school. I'm not trying to make you feel too old. That wasn't my point, but it was a while ago for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, we're happy we've had so much success, and it's really been a great run for us.
Yeah, and you've been serving the residents. I mean, back then it was Leisure World back then. You know, being serving the residents of this community for a long, long time, right?
Yeah, I remember the first mayor, Brenda. Oh, I can't remember her last name, Brenda. But you know, they had the inauguration. You know, the church right next to the Willow Tree Shopping Center there, and you know, just hundreds of people packed in there. You know, kicking off. You know, Laguna Woods Village.
Now, did you ever think to yourself, like back in '84, like this is going to be for a forever kind of a career for me? Could you imagine it was going to be what it became today?
You know, no. You know, for sure. You know, I mean, we've purchased 3 or 4 other hearing aid offices that are around here and merged them into ours. And no, I didn't have that kind of vision that it would be this long. But I think the real critical thing has been just that we enjoy it. You know, I mean, I really enjoy what I do, and our staff does, and we're good at it, and so that just kind of breeds success, and it's just been a real good combination of things for us. So we're here.
What would you say your biggest challenge has been over the years in terms of like struggle or like making these things work or getting to where you are today?
You know, I just think that it's adapting. To customer care, meeting their needs,
right.
Adapting to new technologies, always staying a little bit ahead of the game,
right.
Having the right equipment, the right testing, the right, products, the right service, the right counseling. It's just a myriad of things that all come together to, make that whole momentum stay
Yeah, and that's the thing, as we get older, it's like, oh, I don't want to have to learn anything new anymore. I'm tired of this. But for people in the worlds of technology, like myself and yourself, you don't get that option.
That's right. No, we learn every day. I mean, literally every day, so it's very exciting, and it keeps it fresh.
Right.
And things are better. I mean, they keep getting better, and so people are more satisfied. I mean, way back when, 40 years ago, people would put their hearing aids on, they were too loud, then they'd turn them down, then they couldn't hear.
The volume adjustment.
Then they'd turn them up and they were too loud, turn them down, they couldn't hear. They just threw them, in a drawer. It's like, today people put them on, wear them, and hear better everywhere. It's really powerful.
And we're talking about that technology. You have a new product, Intrigue product, and it's kind of helping with background noise, which I know is a big problem. I've been with people who like to take them out because the background noise is bothering them in a restaurant or in a big crowded party kind of thing.
Yeah, you talk about technology. I mean, we're really getting there. First time that we've been able to sit in noise. I mean, I wear hearing aids, and I mean now I hardly even adjust them. They're so smart. They're looking at your soundscape, something ridiculous, like 20,000 times a second. Wow. All the hearing aids talk to each other, seeing where sound comes from. But now with this new artificial intelligence feature in these products, it's identifying what is background noise and what isn't, and reclassifying that. So then, we can screen the noise out so they can hear the speech more clearly.
Okay.
I mean, we've waited for this for a long time. It's really, really exciting.
That's terrific. So, for a layperson, if you and I are talking right now, but there's maybe some chatter going on in the background, it can recognize the difference between the primary sound it should be hearing and then what just probably is background and not part of this conversation, right?
That's
Something
right.
like that?
And that's what it's, keeps, the algorithms keep getting better. Before it was just, it would recognize the noise and whoop, reduce the noise, but then you couldn't hear the speech, right? So now it's leaving that speech signal up, while the noise goes down, and that's really the clever part of this whole thing.
And is this like maybe the last year or so, or last couple of years?
Well, it's always evolving. It's definitely the last 3 years. Now with this new Intrigue product, it's just the last month.
Okay.
That this is just released, and it's been really effective. It's exciting.
Now, does it have a mother-in-law setting?
Yeah, oh yeah, and a wife. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that was, send all your letters to Stuart Spencer in advance here. So let's talk about troubleshooting just irregular hearing problems. Like we talked about the holidays, and I think sometimes that's when people start to recognize, I'm having some challenges here. When they're, it's easy when you're just one-on-one at the house with people, but when you get to those big holiday parties and those kind of things, and you don't get to be part of the conversation anymore because it's just not resonating. Is that what some people maybe come in this time of year and say, hey, it's time for me to take a look here?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really insightful question, Michael, because people do notice it more during the holidays. They're together with their families or groups or, church or synagogue or, whatever they may be. And, you see, the individual sitting over all alone, like watching TV while everybody's here, and, he wants to be here.
Yeah.
But they struggle in those kind of environments.
Why isn't Jim engaging? Why is there something wrong?
Yeah,
kind
so
of thing?
now we can help, many of those people that were really struggling before. And the holidays are a big time. So we just went through those. So we see a big influx of inquiries. And, we're able to help people a lot better, and so many different things like remote accessories, where we have remote mics, you can put it on a table, and it really identifies, 8 different microphones in it. And so it identifies what the primary source is and is able to really maximize, again, that signal to noise ratio so it benefits those people and their speech clarity.
So if I don't go to a regular annual ear doctor appointment. I don't think most people do, right? It's not something I think of as like a dentist or an eye doctor or something like that. When should people start kind of maybe thinking about, hey, I probably should just get a check? At what age would you say is the good time to say, this is the time of year, this is the time of life when this is going to start having a degradation? Yeah,
there's kind of 2 different categories now. Before there was just one. You hit about 60 or 65, you should have it checked every couple of years. Now teen hearing loss is way up, right?
Because of the earbuds they're in.
The longevity of how long they wear those and the volume levels. So, I think 60, 65 is a general rule, is a pretty good time. Or, when, you just start, wondering what people are saying.
Noticing that.
Yeah, and typically it's not the person that notices, it's their spouses or friends or family members. It's like, hey, Dad, you're not hearing as well as you should be. And they would say, oh,
because
I hear
the other ones,
just fine.
People are being stubborn, they don't want to admit it usually, probably. Like, I don't have, everything's fine, like you said.
That's right. But then they come in, we help them hear better. It's like, oh my gosh, I should have done this a long time ago. Because once they hear the difference, they don't want to have it any other way.
It's like coming down the mountain, your ears pop. Oh, I can suddenly hear so much better.
Right, that's a good analogy, yes.
And hearing loss is just a natural part of life, right? Like anything with your eyes get a little, you get a little slower, and so it's nothing to be embarrassed about, right?
Not at all. And today everybody's wearing something in their ears, right? An iPod, a Bluetooth, whatever it may be. So nobody knows it's a hearing aid. They just think it's another listening device.
Real quick, let's talk about the insurance you guys take before we head out. New insurance kicked in this month for most people.
All the benefits reset, right? January 1. So many people are eligible for new hearing aids under their plans, and they're not aware of it. And so we have a whole insurance department that takes care of that and just looks at the benefits, and we'll just tell them what they are and how they play into that. But we handle everything that's out there.
And if somebody bought something off the shelf and maybe they're not too happy with it, you guys maybe do tune-ups for them even if they didn't buy it from you?
Oh, absolutely. We have people buying hearing aids everywhere today, because of all the OTC stuff, online, over the counter, wherever it may be. And we'll help them with anything they have. we want to help them to hear better. So if they bring them in, we'll show them how to work, the hearing aids better and how to operate them. Some of them are pretty brutal, pretty, 43 or 40-year-old technology in them, but that's okay. We'll help them the best we can and show them how to hear better.
There we go. Maybe it's time for an upgrade. All right, Stuart Spencer, Advanced Ear Care, thank you very much. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Michael. Happy New Year.
All right, you're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Are you struggling to hear in your noisy dining room? Do you have to pause and think about what people are saying so you can figure out the words? Do you find yourself lost in conversations? Can you hear but you don't understand the words people are saying? You need to get on the Ark. No, not Noah's Ark. This is Stuart's Ark hearing aids with artificial intelligence. You will never know how much better you can hear until you listen to the clear sound and noise right in our office. Call us today. Don't miss the boat and tell them Stuart sent you.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
My father was a quiet man, and honesty was premier. Prior to his passing, it was emotional. The folks at O'Connor made it easier. They just went over and above and helped me get through this. If you have to go through this process, stop by O'Connor. You will not be disappointed.
At O'Connor Mortuary, our commitment is to serve our community with care and compassion.
Welcome to OCI Care, Laguna Woods' premier laser and premium cataract surgery center with Dr. Vyas.
I just wanted my cataracts removed. It was pain-free. I was so impressed because I was so frightened to have it done. After surgery, I was able to use my eyes immediately. It was a miracle, really.
It's just been wonderful to be able to see everything and not having to wear glasses. It's even better, actually, than he said it was going to be because I saw instantly.
Welcome back to This Day. We're looking for the triple award score today, and I think Gary Moss from the Scrabble Club is going to help us get there. Welcome to the program.
I'll be happy to tell you about some things that are happening here in the village.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the history of the Scrabble Club here in the village, just to start off with. When did it start, and how long have you guys been playing?
Well, a man named Alfred Butts, who was an electrical engineer, was retired during the Depression. He had lost his job, and he invented a game that turned into Scrabble. The original name was called Crisscross, and that was back in the mid-30s.
Okay.
And he knew he had a good idea. I don't think Alfred really got rich off of it, but other people after him.
Isn't that always the way it is? The guy who invents it doesn't get the payoff?
That's right. Other people promoted it, and especially in the early 40s, a guy named James Brunette stepped in, and he had some business savvy, and then we played it at home in the late 40s. Maybe you or your mother, father.
My mom and dad, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I played it with my mom and dad at the end of the 40s and into the early 50s.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it grew rapidly. At one point, 1 in every 10 homes in the country had a Scrabble set in.
Wow, I had no idea it was that big. It was almost like the Monopoly kind of level.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about right here in Laguna Woods Village, the Scrabble Club, and where it all started and what you do to run it here.
Sure. Well, in the late 60s, early 70s, one of the toy companies, could have been Coleco, I don't know which one, but they developed it into a product and they started really promoting it. And somebody came with the idea, let's have some clubs across the country. And The first two national Scrabble clubs, one was in New York where everything was happening. The other one was here in the village.
There we go.
When the village first opened, a lady named Geraldine Wank, she's since passed, she started a Scrabble club here in the village. And it took off. And would you believe that club still goes on today?
Wow.
In fact, today's Monday. It meets here in the village, Clubhouse 5 at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Anybody can walk in and join, and you're part of history.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful.
And what do you think Scrabble does for people's like mental acuity? Is it really, it kind of like keeps folks sharp? You got the words. You're always thinking of in that area.
It's a great game to build your memory, or to hold on to your memory. You don't have to become a professional Scrabble player like folks like me, but just working on the words, learning a new word a week, learning a new word a day, and then most of the Scrabble words, some people are turned off because they're not words that you use in your everyday language.
There's $5 dictionary words.
Yeah, you can use common words like dog, cat, wolf, whatever. And the key to Scrabble, this is my Scrabble board, the colored spaces give premium scores.
Right.
So if you want to become a better Scrabble player, you learn how to find the words on your rack that can fit on the board and connect to the other words.
Take advantage of those double and triple word score areas, right?
That's right. And some people that play, they're not interested in it. They're really looking for a word on their rack to identify and then how to fit it onto the board. And takes some skill, takes some management. Your brain is working, you're thinking. And our brain is a muscle, just like our other muscles. You don't use it, you lose it.
Yep. Absolutely. And another thing, when I've played it, it is a fun, you can get competitive, even like you said, you don't have to be an expert or professional. It's just a fun game to be competitive with and really kind of use that, like you say, that muscle.
That's right. We had a man living here, he might still live here, his name is Mark Landsberg. He played competitively, and he was in a tournament up in LA, and he was playing a guy named Alan Stern. This was in the early 1990s. Mark scored 770 points. Now, if you're a Scrabble player,
that's a monster score.
That's in the ozone, yeah. Most of us, when we begin, might score 200 points or 225.
I'd be happy with that.
That's right. Mark had 770.
Hey, before we head out, I want to talk about a tournament you guys having coming up. It's going to be Saturday, January 27th. It's going to be all day, and folks need to pre-register. Tell us a little bit about the tournament.
It's going to be here in the village. I'm happy to bring tournaments here whenever I can because it gives the competitive players an opportunity to show their stuff. It's going to be over by the golf course at the 19th hole.
Okay.
There's 3 meeting rooms there. That's where we're going to play. A tournament is a little bit more heavy.
Right, a little competitive.
Yeah,
for the folks who are
at 9
really enjoying
o'clock. It goes all day long. There are 7 games throughout the day. We'll play 3, break for lunch, and then play 4 games.
Okay.
There's some money involved.
There we go.
Have to pay an entry fee.
So how can people register? Online?
Register online. You can call me at 949-510-1673, or you can go to wordgameplayers.com.
Okay.
And that will take you to the website. Look up tournaments coming up, and you'll see one says In the Woods, and that's us.
That's us.
And they happen all over the country.
Yeah, so not just this one, but maybe some other ones. Gary Moss from the Scrabble Club, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
We'll be right back with a movie preview. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Dr. Shandeep Dung, and I'm a breast surgical oncologist. Today, I'd like to address a question that I get frequently asked by my patients, and that is when to start screening mammogram. Well, what I tell them is, certainly at age 40 and beyond, you should be getting annual mammography, and that's the same recommendation from the American Society of Breast Surgeons, as well as most leading cancer recommendations in this country. Another question I get frequently asked is, well, when do I stop screening mammography? What I tell my patients is, age is just a number. What's important is your functional status. If you have a life expectancy of at least 10 years, then certainly you should continue your screening mammograms annually.
Welcome back. Let's talk about our Monday movie before we head out for the day. It's going to be a good one. My Life So Far with Colin Firth. It's brought to us by Providence Mission Hospital, and it's going to be on 2 p.m. with the subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. It's about a memoir of lives of a family growing up post-World War I in a British estate, and with a strong family and suitors coming by. It's a little bit of a comedy, a little bit of a drama, a little bit of everything, so enjoy that one. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Hi, it's Desiree from Frank's Irvine Subaru, where everyone is family. Subaru has a vehicle for all your family needs, and the 8-passenger Ascent fits the whole family.
Forester, perfect for the family vacation.
Outback, great for weekend getaways.
Crosstrek and Impreza, great for daily surf commutes.
WRX, best in motor class performance.
Safe quality value and award-winning service department. Complimentary maintenance on all new Subarus.